but it's also really important in Horizon 2 in the long term. So you'll be using skills to unlock perks within the game. There are 25 different perks to unlock, which will all change or enhance your game in certain ways. But also, skills are really important for earning XP as well. So wherever you are in the game, if you're driving around the city streets of Nice, if you're hooning across the countryside, if you're in races or in free roam, all the skills you do will earn you XP, which means you're always leveling up, you're always earning new wristbands, new rewards, so everything you do in Horizon 2 counts. So as Andy lays waste to the city of Nice, let me talk to you a bit about drivatars, because you'll see drivatars driving around everywhere in the open world. The drivatars you'll be seeing in this demo are primarily the drivatars of people back at Playground Games. So as well as changing the racing experience, and for my money, drivatars in Forza 5 really changed the landscape in terms of racing AI. It makes everything more varied and exciting and unpredictable. What also happens in Horizon 2 is that we find our game is now full of drivatars and thus of personality. So everyone's personality is reflected in their drivatar, not just the way they drive and the places that they go, but also their choice of car, the way they've painted it, the way they've tuned it. So when I switch on the game back in the studio, and when you play the game at home, you're going to feel your world is full of the personality of your friends and the other people who are playing the game. So the sun is starting to go down on the city of Nice. You'll notice that the clouds have become more overcast. This is the perfect opportunity to talk about two really cool tech features that the guys back at Playground have been working really hard on to bring to Forza Horizon 2. So first of all, as you can see, we have a dynamic 24-hour day-night cycle there. The headlights on the Huracan just popped on there as the light dimmed. But you'll see also the lights coming on all over the city of Nice. So the 24-hour day-night cycle means that the game is always changing as you drive. You know, you can drive a road 10 different times and you'll get a different experience every time, because the passage of time and the time of day is always changing. And it's always changing as well because we're introducing dynamic weather to the Forza series for the very first time. Really excited to be bringing that tech to the Xbox One version of Horizon 2. So as you can see, we're combining really lovely visuals from the time of day, sunsets, the twinkling of all the street lights, the dynamic lights of your headlights, with the changing weather conditions as well. So the system we've created, it's really incredibly sophisticated. We actually model all the particles in the atmosphere, which changes the way light comes from the sun or the moon down through the atmosphere. It changes the way the clouds form. And when rain starts, and that's going to happen in this next event that we're going to take part in, you get some really cool effects. The puddles are modelled realistically. You'll see water beading on the car. You'll see the windscreen wipers come on automatically. And this race we're going into is one we haven't shown before. We're changing from the Lamborghini Huracan, and Andy, our driver today, is going to be jumping into one of the other absolutely new to Forza Horizon 2 cars, the 2012 Local Motors Rally Fighter. So this race is in the extreme off-road bucket of Horizon 2. It just shows you the kind of experience I think you're going to be having in Forza Horizon 2 when it comes out later this year. Because one minute you'll be drifting a Lamborghini around the streets of the city of Nice. The next you're in a completely different class of car. This is one of the most durable extreme off-roaders in the game. And you're going to be racing away from the city, up a dirt path into the hills. And as you can see, it is pelting it down in Nice right now. You can see the windscreen wipers are on full. You can see the spray that's being picked up by the cars in front. Lots of really cool reflections on your windscreen of the other car. You can see the cars and lights reflecting on the puddles on the road as we really drive up this hill versus the other extreme off-road cars in this bucket. So in front we can see there's a blue Nemesis in the blue livery, and just to Andy's right, that's another absolutely new Forza car. That's the 13 Dodge Ram Runner. Again, a massive off-roader. The suspension in these cars is some of the most challenging that we've ever incorporated into Forza. So as you can see in this race, not only is it pouring down, but also we started at night, but the time's progressing dynamically, so the sun is starting to come up, the sky is starting to lighten. You can see, I think, a bit of red in the sky and the clouds as the dawn starts to break. And as we come over this hill, you start to see some of the lovely vistas that we have in this part of the world. There's a ridge of mountains just behind the coast and the Côte d'Azur. And when you get over that, you start to see lovely vistas right up into the rolling hills of Provence. And I really think our art team's done an amazing job pulling this part of the world together. It's one of my favourite areas of the world to go exploring in, to do races in. And in terms of races, we have more than 700 races in the game for you to take part in. A real variety of races. So this is a hill climb, but there are endurance races, there are point-to-point races, street races. We have an all-new event in Horizon 2 called the Cross Country. Hundreds of collectibles for you to find. We're bringing back barn finds, which we loved from the first game. This time, more than half of the barn finds are completely new to Forza, cars you've never seen before. So there'll be a special thrill in discovering those particular cars. We have the bucket list, which has 30 different challenges hidden across the world. And we also have lots and lots of discoverables, lots of collectibles for you to find. So it really pays just to go off-road, to explore the world, and see what you can find. So Andy hasn't lost that race all day, and that time was no different. So as you can see, we're back in the world where we finished the race. Andy's still in the Rally Fighter. As it's lighter now, you get to see some of its really sleek lines. That 18-inch suspension travel on the rear of the car is some of the most sophisticated we've ever had in Forza. It absolutely eats up the hills and the undulations when you go off-road. So what I really want to talk to you now about is something that we're really excited about in Horizon 2. Right from the start of the project, we wanted to make this the most social game we could, because you know our influences are in the real world, our car culture, the festival culture, music culture. All these experiences in real life are, I guess, better enjoyed with friends. They are better experienced with people you know. And we believe Horizon 2 is no different. So we've really tried to create an incredibly long feature list to enable you to play the game with your friends in whatever way you see fit, in whatever way you feel comfortable. So Andy's actually driving to a car meet, which is one of these social features that I'm talking about, because I actually believe that Horizon 2 is a game in which you could make new friends. And a car meet is one such place in the game that you could do that. So Andy's driven into a car meet from the solo game. You'll find car meets all over the open world of Horizon 2. But he's actually driven into an online session. So all the cars in here, they belong to real people. This is a live online session, so he could talk to the people in this session on a voice chat using Kinect or using a headset. They can admire his car, he can admire theirs. It's a great place to come and see some of the incredibly creative UGC that the Forza community are really famous for creating. And what's great is that if he really liked this particular livery, or maybe he liked the look of the tuning setup the guy's running on this particular car, he can grab the livery or he can grab the upgrades with a button press. and this particular player would be compensated, would be rewarded for him so doing. So that's a really cool way of experiencing the UGC, which is a huge part of the Forza experience. But the great thing about car meets is that Andy can drive in online, in solo play, sorry. He can meet some people in this online session, and then they can all drive out together seamlessly into an online experience. And seamless is a word that we keep using about the online experience of Forza Horizon 2. I think it's really important. I actually believe a lot of people don't participate in the online experience in games, particularly in racing games, because of the barriers that we traditionally put up. We make it difficult to get into online, we make you wait, we make you sit in lobbies. We've taken the view in Horizon 2 that we don't want any of that to be the case. We want you to be able to switch between solo play and online play just as easily as changing channels on your television. And we're going to play a video now as part of the demonstration which demonstrates exactly that. So this was direct capture feed from the game back at Playground. We're following one of our designers' cars. John is driving around in solo play. He selects online road trip from the pause menu, and he's back driving his car. So as you can see, it's starting to rain in his game. There are other drivatars driving around, and the game is finding a suitable session for him, which it's done, and he selects, and then we very briefly take you into a cutscene, 2 or 3 seconds, in which we're syncing the time of day, we're syncing the weather conditions. As you can see, they've changed instantly, and John is back driving his car, but he's online now, so he's moved from a solo experience into an online experience without ever stopping his car. He's able to still do drifts, he's able to do skills, he's able to earn XP, but he's now seamlessly in an online experience. And what he's joined is an online road trip, which is why the game has set a destination. You can see that on the horizon there. And if you look at the top left of the screen, there is a 10,000 XP bonus for everyone in the session who arrives at the destination within the time limit. So John has barreled down the ramp there, the hill there, and is joining up with the other players with whom he's been seamlessly matched in his online game. So all these guys have just been brought together seamlessly, and they're all driving towards the destination in this online road trip. And as you can see, in Horizon 2, it really pays to take the most direct path. You know, you can stick to the roads if that's what you want to do, but if you've got a car like this is a Polar Nemesis, then you can really eat up the miles going cross-country, over the hills, through the fields, towards your destination, and take the quickest route to where you're going. It's also probably the most fun route to where you're going. So there are 2 ways to play online in Horizon 2. So this one is called Online Road Trip, as I said, and in it you'll be taken on a guided tour of the world. Everyone in the session votes on where to go next, and then everybody drives there across the world, and as I said, get a reward for getting there in good time. And when you arrive at that destination, the game will pick 4 events from the game's event rosters. They could be race events, they could be a team race, it could be a playground game, and at the end of those 4 events, a champion will be crowned, and then everyone in the session votes on where to go next, and the road trip moves on to that destination. So you're constantly moving on, you're constantly seeing new places within the world, and you're constantly having fun with the people in your session. Online free roam is actually completely different. There are no rules in online free roam. Basically, we make everything available in the game to you in your session in online free roam. So that's hundreds of events. You can configure the time of day, you can configure the weather conditions, you can configure the car class. It's entirely up to you what you do. You can go and collect collectibles with the other people in your session, you can find secrets, you can show someone where to find a barn find and they can collect it in exactly the same way they would in the solo game. Or you can do playground games, and that's exactly what we're going to do next in this video. So there are 2 different types of playground game in Horizon 2. They were both really, really popular in the original Horizon. Infected and King. Now in Infected, one of the players in the session starts as the infected player. He has to infect the other players by crashing into them, and your goal really is to survive for as long as possible. The last player to survive is the winner. But we're about to do a King game. So in King, one or two of the players, depending on the session size, start as King, and they need to stay as King for as long as possible. It's the job of everyone else in the session to try and hunt them down, crash into them and steal their crown, and you win by being King for longest at the end of the session. So we are going to start a game of King. This one is situated at the ruined Abbey. And this is a location that exists in real life. It's been recreated from a ruined abbey in Provence, but it's been designed by our designers to be perfect for this kind of game. So there's lots of ramps, there's lots of tunnels, lots of hiding places and jumps and smashables, which make this kind of game especially fun. And as you can see, the King has just entered there. He's had his crown stolen by Super Mouse, who is ghosted for a couple of seconds and then takes off with it, and John is about to take it off him. No, he's not. He's missed him, but he's making chase, as are other players in the session. And the goal here is to try and take the crown off Super Mouse and then hold it for as long as possible in order to score better and in order to win the session. So as you can see, this arena is set up with lots of jumps, lots of ramps. They're really crazy fun, and there are a number of them that we've created specifically for these types of games right around the world. You'll also race or play at the docks in Nice. You will play in an airstrip in the north of France, in a chateau, in a warehouse district in Tuscany. All of them slightly different, but all of them really cool, fun, and set up well for this kind of game. So now Rofelos Wow has the crown, and John's going to chase him down. John hasn't beaten King yet. He's not very good at this game, but he's going to try really hard to capture Rofelos' crown right now. As the time is ticking down, there's only 30 seconds left on the game. You can hear John is tuned to one of our 7 radio stations in the game. This one is a classical music radio station. We've got more than double the number of radio stations in Horizon 2. There's lots of variety, but John clearly favouring the classical music to soundtrack this particular experience. I guess our goal with music is that we give you as much variety, as much diversity as we can. I think we've got a great soundtrack this time. More people tweet me about the soundtrack from the original Horizon than about anything else, and I think they're going to be doing the same for this game. We've got some great radio stations to listen to. So at the end of the game, everybody goes through the rewards sequence. Everybody gets credits, everybody gets XP, even the loser. And if you're in a club, you're going to earn more XP. It really pays to be in a club. So after the game, everyone starts again from the Abbey, and everyone moves off to the next destination. But that's pretty much where we leave the demonstration. Just to recap on the really cool things we've seen the skills system, which is on in solo play and it's on in online, and it means you're always earning XP, you're always leveling up. We've seen the variety of cars that there are in Horizon. So we've driven in a Lamborghini Huracan, we've driven in a rally fighter, we've been in a Bowler Nemesis, and we've done lots of things seamlessly and online. It was instant to get in, and there's so much to do. So hopefully when the game comes out on September 30th, that you'll be able to enjoy it with your friends. Okay, so that's the demonstration we've been given today. We'll be giving it all week to the press, but you saw it here first. Totally new content. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think in the comments. But for now, thanks so much for listening. So it's bye from us.